Oh, I know I wrote about what I did to Bill Gates and Bill Clinton in 1989. I threatened them. I threatened their lives. And I also threw Saddam Hussein in there. I don't know what I was thinking about that one. I mean, at the time in 1999, Iraq was a big deal. It still was many years later from 99, but I thought an eye for an eye kind of thing. That was my rationale for throwing Saddam in there. I really didn't care about Saddam at all. I don't know. Usually I don't mention him, but anyway. It's an intricate story, but the basics of it is I bought every state lottery there is, like NewYorkStateLottery.com, CaliforniaStateLottery.com, TexasStateLottery.com, FloridaStateLottery.com. I own every state. I own states that didn't have lottery. I figured, well, maybe they'll get one, so I was trying to take over the lottery system, on .com, and sell lottery tickets online. In 99, nobody heard of that, that was like when I told them I had the name, they're like, what are you going to do with it? I'm like, don't you know, I'm going to sell tickets, so I was clueless. So I took that list of all the names, and that was the second page of the 2-page letter I sent to Clinton and Bill Gates. And the second page was to pay for the first page. And the first page was, if you don't do what I say, I'm going to offer all those names as payment to anyone that kills you. So if anybody, or any group or individual that kills you, so Bill Gates and Bill Clinton, if they want to own New York State Lottery or Florida State Lottery or Texas State Lottery, you have to kill you, and that's their payment. So, and I was being greedy at the time. I only offered 49%. I didn't offer all 100%. So it was funny, but I don't know. I don't know what I was thinking, but when I was writing the letter on the computer on my laptop, a voice came in my head and said, "You were Jesus," and that was the start of everything. Because I was asking myself, why am I writing this? I'm like, I just bought all these names, and I just stepped into like all this wealth, all this power, and I'm writing this letter, and I'm just like totally ruining it. And then I got the voice, and I think the idea was not so much to do the threat thing, but to keep me from being wealthy like that. They didn't want to ruin me, like money ruined Bill Gates and ruined all the other people that had that kind of money. And Bill Gates was the richest person in the world at that time, and he was worth something around 45 billion. And I wanted all of it. I got 5 or 6 billion went to the UN food funds, where they feed people in Somalia and stuff like that, and Ethiopia and stuff around the world. And but I wanted 45 billion. I didn't write 45. I wrote all your money. I wrote all your money, and I wanted to create the foundation for world peace. But I didn't know if it existed. I don't think it did. But I wanted him to create the foundation for world peace and donate all his 45 billion to it to start it off. Like seed money. And obviously, I didn't get that, but I didn't threaten him to put the money in my pocket. It wasn't going through me at all. So I wasn't making any money, and I was losing money, if anything, because my names were no good after that. So I figured I could make 45 billion with my names, or I can make in like years and years of work and everything else, or I can threaten them and get it overnight. And I was going to donate all my money anyway. My girlfriend worked as a nurse at the time, and I told her, you don't have to work anymore. She's like, I want to work. I was like, okay, then you'll donate your salary to charity. You know, she didn't like that. Whatever. I'm not about money. I don't care about money. Money never interests me. The only reason I went and bought the lottery numbers, the lottery names, is because I wanted to put the lottery winning numbers on it, so everybody can go to the .com and check their winning numbers with their ticket and check, because you didn't have the way they do it now, and there was no way to check your winning number. It was very hard to check a winning number, and I hated people throwing away tickets that they didn't check that could be winners. So I did it myself, and it was because of myself, but you get the idea. And that was the motivation about buying the names in the first place. Not so much to make millions of dollars. Yeah. Anyway, it was illegal to buy a ticket with a credit card anyway. It was illegal to sell a ticket. So the whole thing was illegal. But I did it anyway. I didn't care. The lottery knew I was doing it. They called me up. Yeah. I called them, you know. The minute I bought NewYorkLotto.com and spell out New York and then Lotto.com. The minute I bought that, the next couple hours after I bought it, I called up to the lottery itself, and I got to one of the head guys on the phone, and I said, "You want to buy it for $1 million?" I bought it for $35. You know, I'm trying to sell it to them for $1 million within less than 24 hours of owning it. So that's what I did. I gotta post this.